Okay, T. Just real quick, just kind of want to show you, you've made some good progress um, in this P2 position in the takeaway. Just kind of want to show you what that looks like. I hate to do this to you versus an 18-year-old, but he's awful good. And then there's some other stuff as far as lines and just kind of showing you, putting you up against what's dang near perfection. Whoever has the camera, that looks like that's number 4 at Augusta, but whoever's shooting the camera or taking this video is a little bit too far to the right, so it's not going to be the images aren't going to be perfect, but we can still see what we're looking for here. We'll do the same thing, and I'm going to stop you at P2. I'm also going to draw some posture lines here. Okay, you can see he's pretty much got a. You guys are real close to 90 degrees there. Now he's really got a stack and tilt setup. All right, so let's do yours first. I'm going to stop you at P2. Okay, and we can see. Now remember what I said about the power package. The power package is the shoulders, the hands, and the arms. And they do 3 things when you take it away. The left wrist cocks straight up and down, or hinges, or whatever, vertically. The left forearm internally rotates, which means it clockwise it rotates, and then the shoulders turn. And if you do all 3 of those at the same time at the same rate, when you get to P2, your hands should be basically right over your right foot, and that club, everything should pretty much be in this blue circle or close to it. Some guys, you'll see, I mean, your hands are in good shape, but you've over rotated your forearm and you hadn't quite cocked the wrist quite enough. The angle on this one of Manassaro is not great. Let me see here. And so it's not as perfect as I like it, but it's pretty darn close. Okay. If the camera were supposed to be, his hands would be in that circle right there. The club head and the hands would be right in the circle. It's not a huge deal, but it's something that's easy to fix. It takes a little time, but it's something it's easy to fix, and you can just, if you'll just waggle back to that good P2 position every time, you're going to be in good shape. You'll see your left hand or your left arm is basically pointing through your toes, between your toes and your heels, and that's what we like to see. We call that hands in, club head out. So you've got hands in, but you've got club head even more in. And what it does is it just sets you up to lay the club off, and you've got to make some compensations at some point to fix it. But now your P3 is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Shaft parallel to the plane. Okay. What we're seeing with a lot of the guys now is that their shaft, now, and it kind of depends on teachers too. Hank Haney would be coaching pretty much where you're at. Okay, with the shaft parallel to the original shaft angle. But I'm starting to see more and more of these guys with it just a hair steeper. But you know, it's not huge. It's not a huge deal. We kind of want, I'm going to change colors here and go blue. I'm going to just put a little blue dot at the top of your spine angle, and that needs to stay in your ear for as long as it can. So you've lost a little bit of your spine angle there, but hopefully when you get to the top, your shoulders are pretty close to matching up with that original line. But so you've lost a little bit. I'd like to see that blue line that I'm moving right there. I'd like to see it match up with the original shaft plane. So you've lost a little bit. You've flattened your shoulders out a little bit. You can see how your ear came off that line right there. And this is what these young kids do really good. So don't get hung up on this. But you can look him right at the top. I mean, it hasn't moved a leg. How's it move a lick? Left arm in line with the shoulders. Heck, almost a one plane looking swing. You know, I think you could probably get your arm angle up just a little bit. But that's just me. I'm going to draw Mateo's slot here. Okay. You're going to see him drop that club. I mean, it's right now. And he's got that old Sam Snead squat move almost. I don't have a good image from him from the front. But now his shaft gets a little bit underplaned, which probably is something that him and his coach are working on. See, that club head, it shouldn't get out of that slot. It should stay in that slot. So he's a little underneath plane. Boy, look at him straighten that leg out. Look at that. Now he's really staying extended. And what I like is look at his shoulders. They're in line with the original shaft plane, the shaft, the club head. I mean, this kid. And again, he's 17. Look how far he is into his swing, and he's still matching those lines, that original spine angle line. I tell you what, for an old codger, you do a pretty good job. Now, right there, see, I don't know if you can see this or not. If you're watching this on your phone, you might need to be on the computer. But right there, okay, your shoulders carry the club just a little bit above the plane. So this is probably, I'm going to draw your slot. All right, and you're going to see your club move just a hair. It's not that big a deal. And your club gets a little bit under plane. Okay, I'm going to clear up some of these lines. So underneath, I will draw this one up. Just, I mean, you know, it's not even anything to get hung up over. But I tell you what, though, if you work on that lower body in your sequencing, now this is really good right here. You planed that shaft out nicely. See how high your heel is off the ground? You can keep that heel on the ground just a little bit longer and keep your right knee moving towards your left knee. Let's just say I was standing behind you and I held a stick. Okay, let's see here. I held a stick about 2 inches from your knees. You would try not to let your right knee, hit that stick. So an early extender. See how your knee gets out on that stick pretty quick, right there. Okay, and that's not, I mean, it's going to pretty much get to there with just about anybody. Let's see how far. See, look at your. Let me see if I can find a. No, I can't hardly get that frame up there where we can. But you can tell. You can see how far your heel is off the ground. Let's look at the kid. He's got that little pre-hip bump, you know, like the guys did back in the 40s and 50s, where they kind of turn their hips toward the target before they take the club back. See that? A little trigger, which I kind of like it. See, look at his right knee. Look at his heel. Look, his heel still on the ground. Look at that dadgum forearm, right forearm. Everything. I mean, you know, he could get by with a lot of stuff because he gets right there. Okay. Look at his elbow, right on his hip. And then his elbow plane is perfect. He planes the shaft perfectly. Right hip still down. Okay. Still got a really good maintaining of that spine angle. His ass hadn't fell off. So good. This kid, two things that are going to get him: injury and poontang. And we saw what happened to Tiger. The poontang and the injury got him. I remember Jack said that years ago. He said there's only two things that can stop Tiger Woods: an injury or a relationship. And it got him. So that's your original shaft plane. There you go. That's pretty dadgum good. You know, and a lot of this is you can, it's all sequencing. It all goes back to sequencing and getting the lower body started in the correct manner, and then really using ground pressure to push off. You won't be able to really tell it till you can get outside and see the ball fly and hear the sound and feel the compression and see the ball going further than you've ever hit it before. So anyway, man, again, I enjoyed working with you. Let me know. Send me a reply that you did, in fact, get these. All right, buddy? Thanks.